Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, I hope we're all well. So it's been 4 weeks now that we've been working from home. You can tell time's ticking away, you can tell my hair's getting a little bit longer. We all need to get back to some normality, don't we? But until then, you're all doing amazingly well. I just want to praise you so much. You're working so hard at home. The few children we have in school, you're working well in school, and mums and dads, you're just doing an amazing job. I know how tricky it is. You are working from home, some of you, you're juggling your home commitments, your work commitments with your children's commitments. And I think before we do anything else today, we just need to all give ourselves a bit of a pat on the back and say well done for everything that you're achieving so far. But it's Monday again, and back to our routine of Monday morning assemblies. So obviously in assembly we would think about what our theme is and what we're thinking about, and here it is. Here's our theme: let your light shine so brightly that others can see their way out of the dark. And we've talked about how that means being a positive person, being a glass half full person, not a glass half empty person, so that other people can look to you and see how brightly you're shining, and other people will aim to be like you, being a role model for other people. And we've looked at different stories around that. But today I want us to focus on just you being you. I want to focus on how you can't shine brightly if you're not proud of yourself and you're not pleased with what you are achieving and happy to be who you are. So we're going to start our song this morning with a song sung by Rock Kids, our great friends Rock Kids, Si and Jonathan. But they're singing a song from The Greatest Showman. They're singing This Is Me. And I'm going to start by our assembly by putting a video of that on, and I want to hear you. If I'm in school, I want to hear it singing from the rooftops in school. And those of you that are at home, I'd love for you to be joining in at home and singing it in your bedroom, singing it in your kitchen. This is Children's Mental Health Week, and actually singing makes us all feel really good. So let's start by a song, and let's start by feeling proud. This Is Me by Rock Kids.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them bring me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna stand up, I'm gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. down. I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is proof, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
Fantastic. I hope you had a really good sing along there, and I hope you were shouting and singing at the top of your voice, "This is me." And I hope you're feeling really proud of yourself. Our story this morning is about two people who were not proud of their decisions, who jumped to the tune of everybody else, who decided what they wanted to do was to listen to other people rather than listen to themselves. So every time they made a decision, somebody would offer them an alternative viewpoint, and actually they would listen to the other person and change their course, change their path. And actually, the story tells us that everybody will try and influence us. Everybody will try and tell us what we should do and what we shouldn't do. But at the end of the day, we have to be proud to be ourselves. We have to stand by our own decisions. We have to be awesome in what we decide to do and stick by it, and not jump to everybody else's tune, not decide to do what everybody else does. But if we do the right thing, and if we make the right decision for ourselves, then we need to be proud about that, and proud of who we are, and proud of the decisions we make, and not constantly look to other people to compare ourselves to or to listen to tell us how to be. It's about being you and being proud. So our story is about Big Jack and Little Jack, and they want to take their donkey off to market to sell. But listen to the story and see what happens along the way. The story of Big Jack, Little Jack and the donkey. Big Jack and Little Jack were going to the market. They were going to sell their donkey. They wanted him to look healthy. They wanted him to look fit. They wanted him to fetch the very best price. So they tied his legs together, slipped a pole between them, hoisted the pole up onto their shoulders, and set off for the market. Along the way, they passed an old woman. "That is the silliest thing I ever saw," she said. "Carrying a donkey to the market. Surely the donkey should be carrying you." Big Jack looked at Little Jack. Little Jack looked back. It seemed a sensible suggestion. So they untied the donkey. Little Jack climbed onto the donkey's back. Big Jack walked behind, and they set off again for the market. But along the way, they passed an old man. "That is the silliest thing I ever saw," he said. "A strong young lad rides on a donkey, while his poor old father has to walk behind. Surely the boy should walk." Big Jack looked at Little Jack. Little Jack looked back. It seemed a sensible suggestion. So Little Jack jumped off the donkey's back, and Big Jack jumped on, and they set off again for the market. But along the way, they passed a girl. "That is the silliest thing I ever saw," she said. "A father rides while his poor son walks. Surely the boys should ride as well." Big Jack looked at Little Jack. Little Jack looked back. It seemed a sensible suggestion. So little Jack climbed onto the donkey. And there they both are, you see, there's the donkey, and there's Big Jack and Little Jack, all of them on top of the donkey. They climbed on behind Big Jack, and they set off again for the market. But along the way, they passed a boy. "That is the silliest thing I ever saw," he said. "One poor little donkey with you two on his back. Surely you should give that donkey a rest." Big Jack looked at Little Jack, and Little Jack looked back. It seemed a sensible suggestion. So they both climbed down off the donkey and set off again for the market. But along the way they met the mayor. "That is the silliest thing I ever saw," he said. "You two fools, you walk along while you have a perfectly good donkey to ride. Surely you should put that beast to good use." Big Jack looked at Little Jack. Little Jack looked back. They had both heard enough. "We will show you something even sillier," said Big Jack, and he found another pole. "The silliest thing you ever saw," said Little Jack, and he tied the donkey's legs together. Then they slipped the pole between the donkey's legs and hoisted the pole up onto their shoulders. "That is silly," said the mayor. "That's the silliest thing of all." "No," said Big Jack, shaking his head. "The silliest thing of all is trying to make everybody happy." "That's right," said Little Jack, "because it simply doesn't work." And Big Jack, Little Jack and their donkey set off again for the market. So that was the story of Big Jack and Little Jack. And what did we learn from that story? Well, we learn that actually the decision that they made at the beginning to carry the donkey on the pole is the decision that they actually came to right at the end of the story as well. Their initial decision went full circle back to, at the end of the story, their same decision, even though they made lots of changes along the way. And actually that shows us it's about being proud of who we are and owning the decisions that we make, not deciding to listen to everybody else. Yes, advice is a great thing, absolutely. Let's not say we're constantly always right, but it's about owning our decisions and being proud of who we are and being proud of the uniqueness that we are in this world, what we stand for, who we are, and be proud of it, and not looking to other people to justify our existence, but to look to other people to help the world be a better place, so that we are shining so brightly that other people come along with that, and the world is a brighter place because of it. So let's just bow our head in prayer as we come to the end of our assembly, and let's just ask God to be with us and to help us to think of ourselves in the way He thinks of us. Help us to recognise what we bring to this world. Help us to recognise how precious we are in His eyes and how precious we are to each other. And help us to appreciate ourselves and understand that this is me and it's who I am, and I'm going to shine brightly, and I want the world to come along and shine with me. And by us being in the world is a brighter place. Be proud, be strong, be yourself, and off you go into the world to, of course, learn, sparkle and shine. Be a beacon. Have a lovely week, everyone, and be proud.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them bring me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors. Yeah, that's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. Well, the sharpest words will cut me down. I'm gonna stand the flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is proof, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.